Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. So, I'm sitting here thinking about back in the day when me and Mike DeBalfo were trying to break into comics. And we'd have to go to shows across the country and speak to different people, speak to editors, trying to figure out a way to break into comics, like show our submission folder, etc., etc. And we never had the opportunity to have somebody on a worldwide platform actually give us advice on how to break into comics. So right now at Casa de Balfo, we are going to give you your 101 how to break into comics and what not to do. On a sidebar, Mike, Eric, me, you guys are all fancy, you're in Florida, MegaCon, having fun, chilling at the anime show. You like all them costumes, don't you? It's all pretty and stuff. Nobody buying nothing, are they? Because they all dressed up and pretty. They forgot their wallets at home. So, before I forget, very, very important, otherwise my producer, Mary DeBalfo, will actually yell at me after the show. I have to make mention that this show is brought to you by Fuck You Andy Bond. Fuck You Andy Bond. Yes, if you did not know, the Skynet Apocalypse 2012 is coming. Zombie Apocalypse. If you had to pick which one you'd rather live through, my producer, which would you rather live through?
Skynet all the way.
Skynet all the way. Fuck Andy Bond. True story.
Fuck Andy Bond Productions.
Fuck Andy Bond Productions. That's how we do. So, to give you guys, you writers, you artists out there, you colorists, etc., people advice on how to break into the industry, I would like to talk to you for a moment and say, like, as an editor, when somebody's coming to me, I've been getting a lot of emails lately about breaking in from writers and colors. They want to know, what do I have to do? So, we will use examples, pictures. This book, Chew, is written by John Layman. John Layman, huge fan of him. He is the devil incarnate. He is the devil trapped in a little man's body. If I was to take this book that is a New York Times best-selling book, this book that is an Eisner Award, Harvey Award, going to be a Showtime show, like all types of awards and shit, he's still the devil. In case you didn't know, John Layman, down with Satan. And I was to take this book that is awesome, to my editor-in-chief. If he doesn't like it, I can approach John Layman and offer him a job. That's just the way it works. So if you are an individual who has a book out there that's not as good as this, it's very hard for me to take that book and bring it to an editor and say, hey, you should give this guy a job. You have to be awesome. And it takes a long time to get awesome. I mean, there's very many things in this world you can do to be awesome, but talent is what will get you the rest of the way. For example, we meet a lot of pretty people in comics. Mary DeBalfo, very pretty, very fun, very yes, very talented, and she can do that too, Andy Bond, fuck Andy Bond. All that awesome stuff she can do, I can't give her a job. I can't give her a job. You could be as cute and pretty and talented and fuck Andy Bond as that, and it's still not enough to get you a gig. You have to kind of have a resume. You have to kind of prove yourself. Which, sidebar, for all the pretty girls out there who would try to sleep with me to get a job, probably not going to get you a job. Not going to get you a job at all. You can try. E for effort. E for effort. But probably not going to get you a job. So, just so you know, just a heads up. In other news, for example, Mike DeBalfo, very good, dear personal friend of mine, very talented individual. You probably all know him as Mr. Zenoscope. Yes, he is. First Zenoscope exclusive artist.
Or the hair.
For years, he traveled conventions. He went to the Kubert School of what?
Comic book art.
Comic book art. That's what she said. Okay, went to the School of Comic Book Art, the Kubert School. The Kubert School. Did you see my penis? Mm-hmm. Kubert School. And I found him on the wall of a comic book shop, and I brought that to Zenoscope, and I was like, hey, we should let him do a cover. And they were like, hey, let's have him do a spec cover. A spec cover is a cover that you do for free, and this was the first cover that Mike ever did. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the first cover he ever did. Mm-hmm. First cover ever. Mm-hmm. And that got him the gig. That got him the job. But look at what he became. Look at that. Look at what from this, which isn't too shabby. Did you take a picture of the boobs?
Yep.
Yeah, boobies. Boobies. To this. Look at this. And again, you'll notice the recurring theme of boobs. There's a little nipple going on right there. Mm-hmm. Pretty. By the way, this was based on Mary DeBalfo. Copyright, Mary DeBalfo.
Yeah.
As you can see, he got so much better. He got so much more talented. Which, as cool as Mike DeBalfo and Mary DeBalfo might be, if you are not talented, if you do not get good, you cannot get a job in comics. You can buy me all the drinks you want. In fact, I encourage you, buy me all the drinks you possibly can, because at the end of the day, that's what gets you to heaven, is buying me drinks. Did not know if you were aware of that. Patron shots automatically puts a good word in with Jesus.
Heaven.
But if you actually get a job in comics, making Legos, down with John Layman, does not get you anywhere. That's like 3-4 hours you could have been drawing a cover, but instead you were making Lego ships. Mike, just so you know, I think I broke it. Just so you know, Kaylee wanted to go and put it in the pool in the backyard and wanted to put it in the water and let it swim with it. I totally saved it, but I wanted to. I wanted to see if it would float. I wanted to see if you were an engineer besides an artist. So, there's a lot of joyful, fun things that I want to share with you, a lot of things that you need to know. But just so you know, I'm not only making fun of John Layman, I'm not only making fun of the Buffalo, I'm also making fun of myself. Myself. Now, I love me. I love me. In fact, at least once a day, I try to love myself for at least 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, I do. True story. This is my first published book. This is the gift. And again, I love me. But if I was to give this to me as an editor, like at this point in my career, and I saw this, I would not hire me. I would not hire me because I was not good enough. It takes many, many years of writing and creating and getting good before you're actually halfway decent enough to be good. The funny story is on the back of this camera that's shooting this picture, it says Love Juicy, and all I can think of is wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Yeah.
On a sidebar, 2003, you guys who see like the Zenoscope stuff and you're like, oh, they're all about the cheesecake. I was doing cheesecake covers since 2003. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of ass. It was meant for me and Eric to work together, as you can see. Like, he wasn't aware of it. Like, back then, he was a little taco, a little burrito, just like waiting to burst free from himself. Like, he didn't even have the bandana on his arm yet. He wasn't fancy. He wasn't, honestly, he was not fancy. Hold on. Honestly, he was not fancy. Not fancy at all. Did he have the slices in the jeans yet? He did not have slices in the jeans.
He didn't have slices.
He had the pretty haircut. Was he spiked yet?
I don't think he was.
He was not spiked yet. He was not spiked yet. But we were destined. We were destined to work together. Because of that. It's a pretty thing. It's beautiful. I'm not going to kiss it. I want to. I'm not going to.
Willpower, yay!
Willpower.
Farmville.
So, and another thing. Facebook, people. I actually work for a living in comics, which means my time is very constrained. I have very little time for anything at all. I barely have time for porn. Honestly, Mary has time for porn. Yeah, but it's midget porn. It is midget porn. Yeah, it is.
It's a small amount of time.
That means it's Andy Bond all the way.
Oh, God.
Andy Bond, midget porn all the way. Andy Bond and John Layman, midget porn. Yes. Okay. Please stop sending me Farmville requests. Please. I'm not gonna fucking be invited. Hey, Big Dog Inc., talking to you here. No Farmville requests at all. Because, oh my gosh, I cannot possibly do that. So, we actually spent like an hour preparing this for you to tell you about the various ways that you could get into comics and trying to help you get to the place where you need to be in your life. Because this is all you want to do to make you feel complete. And we're sitting there and we're thinking, how do we end this? How do we make you laugh and giggle and like wiggle, wiggle, wiggle? Oh my gosh, they're so funny. I want to actually hang out with these people because they drink lots of alcohol. So, we figured the way to end this is we wanted to end it on an inspirational note. Something that would touch you in your penis or vagina area, but in a softer place like the heart. So the only thing that we end this note on that we hope that you take from this is live. You have to live. Just live.
Live your dreams.
Live your dreams.
Live your dreams.
Live your dreams. Live your dreams. Fly.
So beautiful.
Fuck Andy Bond. Fuck you. Fuck you like bent over, dirty, in prison. Mm-hmm. I heard you're sick. I heard you're somewhere on the other end of this interwave. And you're like, I can't hang out because I'm not feeling good because I'm a little baby. But it's okay. It's okay. Skynet, baby. Skynet.
Skynet.
What?
What?
I saw candy. I saw candy. Yeah. Yeah.